Hello students, I am back with the recap of lesson 2 components of food. I hope you all are fit and fine. I hope you all are sitting with textbook. If not, so please sit with your textbook and open page number 8. So let's start revision of chapter 2 components of food. So in first chapter you have learned about food, different types of food items and different types of ingredients which we use to prepare food, different food items and categories of the animals on the basis of their eating habit and everything. So in this lesson we'll learn about components of the food. So sometimes we may not really have all this variety in our meals. So sometimes if we traveling, we may eat whatever it's available on the way. So it is not possible for some of us to eat such a variety of items and most of all the times. So why we need such a distribution? Do you think that our body needs different kinds of food for some special purpose? Yes. So what do different food items contain? First we learn that. So we know that each dish is usually made up of one or more ingredients that you learn in chapter 1. And these ingredients we get from plants and animals. Now these ingredients contain some components that are needed by our body, and these components are called nutrients which we get by eating food, different types of food. And the major nutrients in our food are named carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. In addition to these nutrients, we need some dietary fibers and water also, which are also needed by our body. So let us begin by tasting different food items to see if they contain carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and all. So first of all, there are many types of carbohydrates. Now the main carbohydrates found in our food are in the form of starch and sugar. So we can easily taste it. Food items contain starch. So first taste of starch. How we can taste of starch? It means starch is present in our food or not. So for that what you have to do, take some small quantity of food items or you can take some raw ingredients also. Now put 2 or 3 drops of dilute iodine solution in it. Now what happened? Observe it. So if your food items turn blue-black color, so this indicates that your food item contain a starch. Now you can repeat this activity in other food items also. Now taste for protein. Again take some quantity of food items. Now if your food item is solid, so you first of all you have to grind it, or you can make it paste or powder. Now add some amount of it, means almost 8 to 10 drops of water in it. Now shake the test tube. After, by using dropper, you add some drop of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of solution of caustic soda. Again shake well. After that, if you stand it for some minutes, so if your food items turn violet color, it means that violet color indicate presence of proteins in your food. It means if it turns in violet color, it means your food contain protein in it. So this activity you can also repeat in different types of food items. Now taste of fats. Again it's very simple taste. Take some quantity of food item, Now wrap it in a piece of paper and crush with your hand. So, by crushing you have to take care that the paper does not tear. Now after that straighten the paper and observe it carefully. So if your paper have oily patch on it, it means your food contain fat. So that oily patch on paper shows that the food item contains fat. Now sometime it contain a little amount of water also, therefore after rubbing your food item on the paper or after crushing the food item on the paper, let the paper dry for some time, and after that still you can see that oily patch on the paper, it means your food contain fat. So we tested food items for 3 nutrients: carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Now some more food nutrients are there in our food, like vitamins and minerals that are present in different food items. So what do various nutrients do for our body? First of all, carbohydrates. Carbohydrates mainly provide energy to our body. Fats also give us energy. It means carbohydrates and fats both give us energy. In fact, fats give much more energy than the carbohydrate. Now food containing fats and carbohydrates are also called energy giving food. Again, food containing fats and carbohydrates are called energy giving foods. Protein are needed for the growth and repair of our body. So proteins are often called body building food. Now some sources of carbohydrate like wheat, rice, bajra, potato, sweet potato, these all are the sources of carbohydrates. Then some sources of fat like plant source and animal source. So if in plant source, if we see that groundnut, nut, till, these all are sources of fats, and some animal sources are meat, egg, fish, butter, ghee, these all are animal source of fat. So now vitamins help in protecting our body against disease. Vitamins also help in keeping our eyes, bones, teeth and gums healthy. Now vitamins are of different kinds known at different names. Some of these are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and K. So there is also a group of vitamins called vitamin B complex. So our body needed all types of vitamins in small quantity. Vitamin A keeps our skin and eye healthy. Vitamin C helps body to fight against many disease. Vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. And foods that are rich in different vitamins are known as. Now some minerals also are needed by our body in small amount. So some sources of vitamin A, I say that papaya, carrot, fish oil, milk. Some sources of vitamin B are guava, orange, tomato, lemon. Now some sources of vitamin C, orange, tomato, guava. Now some sources of vitamin D are fish, egg, butter, milk, this all are. So we can say minerals are needed by our body in small amount for proper growth of our body and to maintain good health. Some sources of different minerals also shown that here. Some sources of iodine are fish, prawns, cream, crab, ginger, spinach. Sources of phosphorus are wheat, rice, milk, banana. Sources of iron are spinach, guava, liver. Sources of calcium, milk, egg. So these all are iodine, phosphorus, iron, then calcium. These all are minerals. So beside these nutrients, our body needs dietary fibers and water also. Dietary fibers are also known as roughage, and roughage is mainly provided by plant product in our food like whole grains and pulses, potato, fresh fruits and vegetables are main sources of roughage. Roughage does not provide any nutrients to our body but is an essential component of our body and adds to it bulk. It means roughage adds to our body to bulk. This helps our body get rid of undigested food. And water helps our body to absorb nutrients from food, and it also helps in throwing out some waste from our body as urine or sweat. Mostly we get water that our body needs from the liquids we drink, such as water, milk, tea, coffee, whatever. And we add water to most cooked food also. So how you can identify that your food contain water or not? So for that, take a tomato or you can take lemon or anything. Cut it into a small pieces. While cutting, if your hands get wet, it means, or sometimes you peeled the fruits or vegetables, sometimes you grated or sometimes you mashed. So do you find any fresh vegetables or fruit that do not contain some amount of water? We see that many food materials themselves contain water. It means while cutting, mashing or peel, your hands get wet. It means your fruits or vegetable contain some amount of water. Now, balanced diet. So the food we normally eat in a day is our diet. For growth and maintenance of good health, our diet should have all the nutrients that our body needs in right quantities. Not too much of one and not too little of the other. The diet should also contain a good amount of roughage and water. Such a diet is called a balanced diet. So pulses, groundnuts, soya beans, sprouted seeds, and it means that sprouted moongs, sprouted gram and chana, sometimes fermented foods like South Indian food, idli, khaman and all. So then banana, spinach, sattu, jaggery, available vegetables and other such foods provide many nutrients. Therefore, one can eat a balanced diet without expensive food material. So eating the right kind of food is not enough. It should also be cooked properly so that its nutrients are not lost. If the vegetables and fruits are washed after cutting or peeled them, it may result in the loss of some vitamins. The skins of many vegetables and fruits contain vitamins and minerals. Similarly, repeated washing of rice and pulses may remove some vitamins and minerals present in them. So, if you can eat, mostly you have to eat fruits with its skin and do not repeat washing the rice and pulses. And first of all, we know that cooking improves the taste of food and makes it easier to digest. At the same time, cooking also results in a loss of certain nutrients. Many useful proteins and considerable amounts of minerals are lost if excess water is used during cooking and is then thrown away. And Very important, vitamin C gets easily destroyed by heat during cooking. And one more very important thing, it can be very harmful for us to eat too much of fat rich foods, and we may end up suffering from a condition called obesity. Now, deficiency diseases. So first of all, what is deficiency? A person may be getting enough food to eat, but sometimes the food may not contain a particular nutrient. If this continues over a long period of time, the person may suffer from its deficiency. Deficiency of one or more nutrients can cause diseases or disorders, we can say, in our body. Diseases that occur due to lack of nutrients over a long period are called deficiency disease. Sometimes person does not get enough protein in his food for a long time, so likely to have stunted growth, swelling of face, discoloration of hair, skin diseases and diarrhea. So this is deficiency only. If the diet is deficient in both carbohydrates and proteins for a long period of time, so what will happen? The growth may stop completely. Such a person become very lean and thin, so weak that may not even be able to move. Deficiency of different vitamins and minerals may also result in certain disease or disorders. So all deficiency disease can be prevented by taking a balanced diet. See, now some vitamins and minerals, for example, vitamin A. By the deficiency of vitamin A, loss of vision can take place. Now the symptoms of loss of visions, that poor symptoms of the deficiency of vitamins and mineral: poor vision, loss of vision in darkness, sometimes complete loss of visions. Now by the deficiency of vitamin B, deficiency disease or disorder, we can say beriberi, and the symptoms are weak muscles and very little energy to work. Now scurvy, by the deficiency of vitamin C, and symptoms are bleeding gums, wounds take longer time to heal. Now here next is rickets, by the deficiency of vitamin D, and the symptoms are bones become soft and bent. Now bone and tooth decay by the deficiency of calcium, and the symptoms are weak bones, tooth decay. Now goiter by the deficiency of iodine. Now so symptoms are glands in the neck appear swollen, mental disability in children. Now anemia causes by the deficiency of iron, and the symptom is weakness. So this distribution we find ensure that our meals have a balance of the different nutrients needed by the body. The major nutrients in our body are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. In addition, food also contain dietary fibers and water. Carbohydrates and fats mainly provide energy to our body. Proteins and minerals are needed for the growth and maintenance of our body. Vitamins help in protecting our body against diseases. Balanced diet provides all the nutrients that our body needs in right quantities, along with an adequate amount of roughage and water. Deficiency of one or more nutrients in our food for a long time may cause certain disease or disorders. So students, Now exercise once we see. First question is, name the major nutrients in our body. So the major nutrients in our body are carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals, and some amount of roughage and water. Question 2. Name the following. A. The nutrients which mainly give energy to our body, that is carbohydrates. B. The nutrient that are needed for the growth and maintenance of our body, that is proteins. C. A vitamin required for maintaining good eyesight, that is vitamin A. D. A mineral that is required for keeping our bones healthy, that is calcium. Now question number 3. Name 2 foods each rich in. See students, here any 2 you can write. A. Fats, milk, ghee, butter. Among them any 2 you can write. B. Starch, potato, bread, pasta. C. Dietary fiber, whole grain, pulses, fresh fruits. D. Protein, milk, fish, gram, moong, soyabean, paneer. Question number 4. Tick write the statement that are correct. A. By eating rice alone, we can fulfill nutritional requirement of our body. That is wrong. B. Deficiency disease can be prevented by eating a balanced diet. That is true. C. Balanced diet for the body should contain a variety of food items. That is true. D. Meat alone is sufficient to provide all nutrients to our body. False. Question number 5. Fill in the blanks. A. Dash is caused by deficiency of vitamin D. That is rickets. It means ricket is caused by the deficiency of vitamin D. B. Deficiency of dash causes a disease known as beriberi. Vitamin B. Deficiency of vitamin B causes a disease known as beriberi. C. Deficiency of vitamin C causes a disease known as scurvy. It means deficiency of vitamin C causes a disease known as scurvy. Now D. Night blindness is caused due to deficiency of vitamin A in our food. So students, here your review of second chapter component food is over. I hope you all understood. If still not, you can go through the video twice for better understanding. We'll meet you soon. Thank you.